right, welcome back everyone for another deep dive.
Yeah.
This time, we're looking ahead to a Premier League matchup that's got all the signs of a classic David versus Goliath story.
Yeah.
Ipswich Town hosting Manchester City on January 19th, 2025.
Wow.
So you've got Ipswich fighting to stay in the Premier League up against the reigning champs.
Yep.
And, I mean, just on paper, it looks like it
Yeah.
should be a pretty easy win for City, but...
Well, yeah, but as any good football fan knows, anything can happen.
Right, exactly.
Speaking of predictions, our experts, John and Dave, have already weighed in.
Oh, interesting.
Dave's predicting a 3-0 City victory.
Makes sense.
John thinks Ipswich might just sneak in a goal, though.
Really?
He's saying 2-1 City.
Okay.
But let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
First, we need to, break down each team a bit.
Yes, good point.
Yeah.
Let's start with Ipswich.
Okay.
They're kind of stuck near the bottom of the table
Yeah. Not great.
in their goal difference.
Ouch.
Yeah, not pretty.
No, not pretty at all.
But, we shouldn't completely write them off yet.
I was going to say, let's not count them out just yet.
Right.
They have had some moments of brilliance this season.
Yeah, you're right.
And even pulled off a few surprise wins, too.
Like, remember when they beat Chelsea back in October?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they totally shut down Chelsea's attack.
Totally.
Played such tight defense, waited for their chance.
Waited for it, yeah.
And then, boom, hit them on the counter.
Yeah, totally.
So they've proven that their defense can be surprisingly organized and, they can take advantage when the other team slips up.
Absolutely.
So what do the experts think about how they might approach this match?
Ooh, that's a good question. What about City?
Well, Dave, our tactics guy, he's saying Ipswich needs to go with a disciplined low block defense.
Okay.
Like almost invite City to have most of the possession. Oh, interesting. All right.
Stay really compact, limit space, especially through the middle.
Where City likes to play, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Basically try to frustrate them.
So clog up the midfield.
Yeah.
And hope to catch them on a counter.
Exactly. Yeah. And, of course, the set piece factor. Dave thinks those could be, corners, free kicks.
Yeah.
Those could be Ipswich's best chance to score.
Makes sense.
City can be shaky on set plays, and Ipswich.
They do have some guys who can,
They have some good aerial threats.
Yeah, they do.
So we've talked about Ipswich's potential strategy.
Right.
Now let's turn to the Giants in this match.
Okay.
Manchester City.
Right.
They haven't been, quite as invincible as in past years.
As dominant, yeah.
Yeah, they had that strong start like everyone expected.
Yeah.
But then around mid-season, a little bit of a dip in form.
Definitely.
A few draws, a couple losses. It's like it felt like, like the rest of the league was catching up.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Right.
But hold on. Have they got their mojo back?
They seem to have.
Because they've won, their last few matches, haven't they?
Yeah, and pretty convincingly, too.
Right.
So it looks like they've weathered the storm.
Yeah.
And are starting to look more like the City we all,
The City we love to hate.
Yeah, that's the one.
So, tactically speaking.
Well, Dave thinks Pep will stick with his classic possession-based style.
Makes sense.
Control the tempo, be patient, probe for weaknesses, and then unleash all that attacking talent to break down Ipswich's defense.
Yeah, it's a system that's worked pretty well for them in the past.
It has.
But, I mean, isn't there always that chance?
There's always a chance.
That a team like Ipswich, set up to defend deep and counter, could throw a wrench in the works.
It's not a perfect system, of course.
Right.
If Ipswich can stay focused, avoid mistakes, keep their shape, they might just be able to frustrate City.
Limit their chances.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got the overall team approaches.
Yeah.
But what about, the players?
Oh, yeah.
Who should we be watching out for in this match?
Good question.
Let's start with Ipswich.
Okay. Well, in goal, all eyes are going to be on Christian Walton.
Yeah, he's going to be busy.
He's going to have a busy night, that's for sure.
Yeah.
City's attack is relentless.
Absolutely.
So he's really going to need to be at his best to keep them out of the net.
I bet he's already got those gloves warmed up and ready.
Yeah.
Who else should we be watching?
Keep an eye on their captain, Sam Morsey, in midfield.
Okay.
He's the engine of that team, the one who breaks up plays.
Sets the tone.
Exactly. If Ipswich wants to disrupt City's flow, Morsey's performance is key.
Makes sense. So Walton and Morsey for Ipswich, and for City, I mean...
Oh, for City?
Where do we even begin?
Well, you can't talk City without mentioning Kevin De Bruyne.
De Bruyne, oh yeah.
His passing, his vision.
It's incredible.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
He could just unlock a defense with a single pass.
It looks so effortless.
Right.
Yeah.
He'll be the one to watch for those through balls to City's attackers.
Okay, so De Bruyne.
Yeah.
And what about the goal machine himself?
Oh, of course.
Erling Haaland.
Haaland.
I mean,
he's a force of nature, just a pure goal scorer.
Yeah.
Ipswich's defense is going to need to be incredibly organized to keep him contained.
I bet he's already dreaming about adding to his goal tally.
Probably.
So, to recap, we've got a disciplined but underdog Ipswich side.
Yep.
Potentially relying on set pieces and counterattacks.
Right.
And then there's the reigning champions, Manchester City, with their possession-based dominance and star-studded lineup.
Sounds like.
Sounds like we're in for a real tactical battle.
It certainly does.
Now, remember those predictions from our experts?
Oh, yeah?
Dave's 3-0 City win and John's slightly less emphatic 2-1 City win?
Right.
It's fascinating how, even the experts have these slightly different views on how it might all play out.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It really does. Yeah. It just shows you how unpredictable football can be.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, even with all the analysis, you just never know.
Never know.
And that's what keeps us coming back for more.
Absolutely.
But let's dig a little deeper into those expert opinions.
Okay.
Dave, predicting a comfortable 3-0 win for City.
Yeah.
He seems to think that Ipswich's resistance will eventually just crumble under all that City pressure.
Yeah, he's basically saying that City's quality will just shine through in the end.
Okay.
He points to their depth on the bench, their ability to change the game with substitutions,
Yeah.
and of course their experience in closing out matches.
Makes sense.
Right.
But John's prediction,
Yeah.
a 2-1 City win with Ipswich actually getting a goal,
Right.
that suggests that he sees, a potential weakness.
Maybe a chink in City's armor.
Yeah, exactly.
What does he see that Dave might be missing, right?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So what's he thinking?
Well, John's really focused on City's defensive record this season.
Okay.
They haven't been quite as solid at the back this year.
Yeah, they have had a couple of shaky moments.
And he thinks Ipswich just might be able to exploit that.
Interesting.
Remember, they did manage to score against Chelsea.
Yeah, that's true.
And Chelsea is known for its defense.
Yeah, for sure.
So he's not ruling out an upset.
I mean, not a win for Ipswich necessarily.
Right.
But maybe a closer match than Dave thinks.
Exactly, yeah, a closer contest.
Okay.
And we can't forget about the psychological factor either.
The mental game.
Exactly.
What do you mean?
Well, Ipswich are playing at home.
At Portman Road, yeah.
Under the lights, that atmosphere can be electric.
Oh, for sure.
And that can give the home team a real boost.
Yeah, it can almost feel like an extra player on the pitch sometimes.
Absolutely.
But, I mean, even with all that,
Right.
it's still a massive challenge.
It's a huge task.
Yeah, to get a result against City.
It would be a major upset.
Huge.
But, let's think back to some of the famous Premier League upsets over the years.
Oh, yeah.
Leicester City.
5,000 to 1 on.
Winning the title. I mean.
Unbelievable.
Or Bradford City.
League 2 team.
Coming back from 2-0 down to beat Chelsea in the FA Cup.
4-2. Incredible.
Football has this way of humbling even the biggest giants,
It does. It really does.
You just never know what's going to happen.
Never know.
So, yeah, we're not saying Ipswich will win.
Right.
But we are
We
saying...
don't underestimate the underdog.
Exactly.
But let's get back to those tactical battles we were discussing.
Okay.
City with their beautiful possession-based football.
Right.
It seems like a real contrast to Ipswich.
Yeah.
Who might have to adopt a more, a more pragmatic approach.
Counterattacking style.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what makes this matchup so interesting.
It does. Yeah, it really does.
City's artistry versus Ipswich's grit. Which one will prevail?
It's a real clash of styles.
A clash of styles, yeah.
I wonder, have there been any other matches?
Oh, you mean historically?
Yeah, historically, where we've seen a similar kind of clash.
Well, absolutely. Lots of examples, actually.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
Well, in 2016, you had Leicester City.
Yep.
Playing that fast counter-attacking style.
Right.
And they upset Pep Guardiola's Bayern Munich in the Champions League.
Wow. Okay.
And even more recently, teams like Wolves and Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
They've had success against City by sitting deep, absorbing the pressure, and then hitting them on the break.
Oh.
So it's not impossible.
It's not impossible.
To disrupt City's that possession-based dominance.
It can be done, but it takes incredible discipline, tactical awareness, and maybe a bit of luck.
A bit of luck never hurts.
Exactly.
So that brings us to another interesting aspect of this matchup.
Oh, yeah.
The managers.
The battle of the minds.
You've got Pep Guardiola, one of the greatest managers of all time.
A true master of the game, known for his tactical innovations.
And his attention to detail.
Oh, yeah, every little thing.
Meticulous.
And then you've got Kieran McKenna.
IPSWICH's manager.
A young, ambitious coach.
Yeah, he's making a name for himself.
He is.
This is going to be a real test for him.
It is, yeah.
He needs to come up with a plan to neutralize City's strengths while also exploiting their weaknesses.
It's a tough task.
He needs to get his tactics spot on.
I can just picture him on the sidelines.
Pacing back and forth.
Yeah, barking instructions.
Trying to outwit Guardiola.
Oh, it's going to be good.
It will be.
But let's not forget about the mental side of things either.
Oh, the mental game.
I mean, how do you think the pressure will affect both teams?
That's a good question.
I mean, City with their sky-high expectations.
Yeah.
Could they fall into the trap of complacency?
You know, it's possible they might underestimate IPSWICH.
Yeah.
Think it'll be an easy win.
Right.
And that can be dangerous. Can lead to a drop in intensity.
Right.
A lack of focus, which IPSWICH could capitalize on.
Yeah, take advantage of.
Exactly.
And for IPSWICH.
Yeah.
I mean, the pressure of facing the champion.
The fear of a heavy defeat.
Yeah, could that paralyze them?
Or could it inspire them to play even better?
Right, I mean, it's a double-edged sword.
It is.
They'll have their home fans behind them.
The crowd will be expecting a fight.
And the players, I mean, they'll want to prove themselves.
Prove they belong in the Premier League.
But all that pressure,
Yeah.
sometimes it can lead to,
Nerves.
Yeah, and mistakes.
Costly mistakes.
It's about finding that balance, right?
It is. It's finding that sweet spot.
Between wanting to pull off the upset,
Yeah.
but also staying disciplined and focused.
A mental battle as much as a physical one.
Exactly, and that's what makes football so fascinating.
It really is.
I mean, it's not just about skill and tactics,
Yeah.
it's about psychology.
It's about mental toughness.
The ability to handle the pressure.
And perform under the spotlight.
Yeah, that's when the real players shine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible when you think about all that goes into a single match.
It really is.
The physical side, the tactics, the mental game, even the crowd's energy.
It all comes together on that pitch.
It really does. It's almost like,
like a microcosm of life.
Yeah, exactly. All these different elements.
Interacting, influencing the outcome.
And I think that's why we love football so much.
Oh, absolutely.
The unpredictability.
The drama.
The chance of seeing something,
It's something special.
Yeah, something truly special.
Exactly.
Speaking of special, let's get back to those expert predictions.
Okay, yeah.
Dave with his 3-0 prediction.
Right.
He's basically saying that City's class will just be too much for IPSWICH.
Too much to handle, yeah.
Yeah.
He thinks that their attacking power, combined with IPSWICH's struggles to score this season, will lead to a pretty comfortable City win.
Right. But, John, with his 2-1 prediction, he is acknowledging that IPSWICH can be,
Scrappy.
Yeah, scrappy, that they can defend well.
And that they might just nick a goal.
Maybe on a set piece.
Or a counterattack.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's also thinking about City's defense.
Oh, right. Yeah.
They've had those lapses this season.
A few shaky moments.
Especially against teams that press high and force errors.
So, 2 different viewpoints, 2 possible stories for this match.
2 narratives, yeah.
The question is, which one will actually play out?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is, and that's where you, the listener, come in.
Oh, right.
We've given you the analysis, the expert opinions, the historical context.
All the information.
Now it's your turn to weigh the evidence and make your own prediction.
Okay, yeah.
Do you agree with Dave?
That's his dominance.
Yeah, or do you see a chance for IPSWICH to,
To defy the odds.
Yeah, pull off a shock result.
Remember, anything can happen in football.
Absolutely, so trust your gut.
Analyze the information.
And let us know what you think.
Share your predictions. Let's have a discussion.
Yeah, maybe you've spotted something we haven't.
A tactical detail, a key matchup, anything.
Because that's part of the beauty of football, isn't it?
It is.
It's not just about watching.
It's about engaging with it, debating it.
Yeah.
It's a shared passion that connects us all.
Well said. And as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with this thought. No matter the result,
win or lose,
this match shows us just how captivating football can be.
It's a reminder.
Yeah.
That even in a sport where the giants seem to rule, there's always room for underdogs, for surprises, for those moments that defy logic.
For magic. Exactly. So as you wait for that kickoff on January 19th,
remember,
you're not just a spectator, you're a part of this.
A participant, an analyst.
Part of the global conversation that makes football the world's most popular sport.
Enjoy the match, the drama, keep the conversation going.
Yeah, and we'll be back soon with another deep dive.
Exploring more football stories, more characters.
And its power to captivate us all.
Until then,
Keep diving deep.